Good afternoon. I'm Ray Collins. Scott Dennis is off this afternoon. Traffic is flowing again through downtown Bradenton after a fatal crash during the morning commute. It happened about 7 a.m. at the intersection of 9th Street West and 6th Avenue West. Traffic was rerouted for several hours as investigators worked around the crash scene. Police say the motorcyclist was traveling east on 6th Avenue West and he collided with a pickup truck on 9th Street West. The investigation remains ongoing in Manatee County. Driving the interstate can mean construction, traffic jams, and accidents. Research shows the 80-mile stretch through the Suncoast sees about 4 crashes a day on average. We've done some digging to find out which locations and times are the most dangerous, and the answers may surprise you.
I have to find alternate routes, 301, 41. Anything that will stop me from having to go to 75 because I know it's such a danger, really.
You can hear about the most dangerous locations and times of day in a special report on ABC 7 at 5 o'clock today. New at noon, a local school is capturing attention by capturing the sunshine. Workers are installing hundreds of solar panels at the Out of Door Academy schools. Details from our Jacqueline Matter. Jacqueline?
Ray, the Out of Door Academy is installing more than 600 panels to their Siesta Key campus today in hopes of helping eliminate a huge cost and electric usage to the school. The campus has been around since the 1920s, and each year leading up to Earth Day, students develop service projects in hopes of giving back to the environment. This year's project involves the installation of pure energy from the sun to all of their buildings, saving them nearly $30,000 a year in electricity.
Those costs can be reinvested in teachers and curriculum and enhancing program. And I think it also is just a really important message for the next generation that being good stewards of the planet is maybe their most important responsibility.
Well, the Out of Door Academy is the only school in our area making this type of investment on solar energy, and they expect completion to be done by June. They also have a school in Lakewood Ranch, which they also hope to expand solar power at. And I couldn't think of a better way, Ray and John, to use the sun than to fund a school.
Yeah, good idea.
Absolutely.
Plenty of sunshine out there for it.
Yeah,
not
there is now, actually. There wasn't earlier on. Yeah, it was a little cloudy out there this morning.
Right.
Yeah, we got a little cloud, we got a little mist. A lot better now.
Better now, though.
Yeah.
Some sun to capture out there.
Sun to capture, sun to send us up into the near 90-degree range over the next several days.
Hot.
I know, way too hot, too fast. Forecast looks like this. We have a little bit of cloud cover out there this morning, a little bit of fog over the waters. That kind of gives way to a little bit of clearing that's starting to take place. Now a lot of blue sky out there. As we head into the next couple of days, I think the temperatures are going to break some records in parts of interior Florida. Even along the coast, I think we're going to get very warm indeed. We had a little bit of that fog that formed, just an indication of the amount of moisture that's around our area. We will probably not see any showers today, and despite the moisture, we do have a high fire danger across the region, still in the very high category in Manatee County. But as we head into the afternoon, we'll watch our temperatures continue to climb to the mid-80s, probably about 85, 86 degrees for a daytime high. Inland temperatures pretty close to the 90-degree mark, if not above, already. And then probably by tomorrow or Saturday, they'll be in the mid-90s in inland areas. I mean, it's just, at this time of year, remarkable, and I'm sure some records will be broken. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few, Ray.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. We're learning more now about the man found dead in his car in front of a local Walmart yesterday. Sarasota County Sheriff deputies were called to the store on Kettleman south of Bee Ridge after reports of an unconscious person in a vehicle. When they got there, they found a man dead. Deputies say the victim was a Timothy Bradley. His death is still under investigation, but he may have overdosed. 5 people hospitalized after a fire broke out last night at Port Manatee. The sheriff's office says a sulfur fire broke out about 8 p.m. US 41 has been shut down from County Line Road to Buckeye Road in Palmetto. Drivers are being asked to avoid that area until further notice. A new incident on board an airplane to tell you about. As reporter Rebecca Jarvis tells us, passengers had to get back off an airplane after one passenger used the bathroom.
I need more information, sir. I haven't done anything. I paid for this ticket, and I actually have to get home.
An entire plane forced back to the gate after a disruption aboard a Delta Airlines jet traveling from Atlanta to Milwaukee.
The plane's gonna leave, and then I won't get back to my kids.
Fellow passengers filmed Kima Hamilton, a 39-year-old man being asked to leave the plane by two different Delta employees after he used the lavatory while the plane was taxiing.
I don't understand why I have to get off this plane. What did I mean, I had to use the restroom.
Hamilton asked a flight attendant for permission to use the restroom while the plane sat on the tarmac for a half hour, but was told no. However, Mother Nature took over, and the man says he quickly got up, used the bathroom, and was back in his seat in a minute. He was then approached by an attendant and asked to get off the flight to discuss the matter further.
Just follow me up to the front, that's all. So just come follow me and whatever we can discuss. We've already pulled out a rotation, so now we're inconveniencing more people.
He refused, so the entire plane was pulled back to the gate and all passengers made to disembark. Delta Airlines said in a statement it is imperative that passengers comply with crew instructions during all phases of flights, especially at critical points of takeoff and landing.
Getting bumped now can be lucrative on United Airlines flights. The airline says they'll now pay passengers who give up their seats on oversold flights up to $10,000. They plan to reduce but not eliminate the chance of selling more tickets than there are seats on the airplane. United is also increasing training for employees as it deals with that fallout from the video of security dragging an unwilling passenger from a flight earlier this month. Back in this area, the city of Bradenton could see more affordable housing soon. The city council gratefully approved an injection of state funding to help low and moderate income families. The money would be used for such things as providing loans for first-time homeowners, home repairs, and reconstruction. It also helps the city acquire apartments that can be turned into affordable housing. The city has a waiting list of more than 20 people who need the financial assistance already.
There's quite a difference between how the House and the governor want to fund it and how the Senate wants to fund it.
In fact, if the House and the governor get their way, White says they'll see about $75,000. If the Senate gets its way, they'll see $200,000. And if the Housing Trust Fund stays the way it is, they'd see $535,000. Other news now, well, the pros will be in the kitchen tonight with the kids in Sarasota. The Sarasota County Schools Food and Nutrition Services Department is hosting its 4th annual Kids and Chefs Sundown Gala. It pairs local professional chefs with schools to educate kids about food and nutrition. They also contribute to the recipe creation for school lunches. It takes place tonight from 6 to 7:30 at the McIntosh Middle School. Speaking of which, time now to head to the chef. Head to the kitchen now for a professional chef. We have Kevin Haggerty from Libby's on Osprey. Chef, what do you have for us today?
Hi, good afternoon. We're featuring our roasted Springer Mountain chicken, butternut puree, and fresh broccolini.
Very nice. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, AND services.com.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna-Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, warm out there, 84 degrees already. We'll probably top it off about 85, 6 degrees before the sea breeze starts to cool down this particular thermometer at the airport. But I'll tell you what, the inland temperatures will get very close to the 90-degree mark today. And tomorrow they'll probably be in the mid-90s in inland areas. Lots of places, I think, are going to either tie or exceed all-time temperature records over the next couple of days. A lot of sunshine out there currently. We did start off with a little bit of haze, mist, and some fog in places. Fog pretty thick in some places, particularly to the south of us. South-southwest wind coming in at about 9 right now. We have temperatures across the region, as I mentioned, in inland areas that are already climbing. 87 degrees in Lake Placid, 86 degrees in Sebring. Then you get into your 84s and 83s, and along the coastline closer to the 80 mark. 80 in Venice, 79 in Inglewood, 77 Longboat Key, 84 in Bradenton, 84 in Sarasota and Parrish and Myakka, 83 in Northport, and 88 degrees in Punta Gorda. These are dew point temperatures. Again, the measure of how much moisture there is in the air. A couple of days ago, we had dew points in the low 50s. Now look, dew point values exceeding the 70 mark in Pensacola. That's summer-like. Got 69 degrees in Tallahassee, 70, Sarasota 76, in Key West 73, in Miami. That is humid air, really humid air. And it's lifting northward, and it's going to give us a very sticky feel to our air over the next several days. Tie that in with the heat, and we'll be talking about heat indexes as we head into the weekend, particularly in inland areas that are going to be very high, maybe above the century mark, when you think about the heat and the humidity combining to not let your skin effectively cool your body. So not much in the way of rainfall around. That'll be true today. We have a big ridge of high pressure that sits over the state of Florida. We do, however, have a front back to the west that is advancing in this direction. It's producing rain showers, even some snow showers up around Milwaukee. They could see a few snow flurries today. But at the southern tip of this system, which yesterday had a really well-defined line of showers, is really kind of falling apart as it moves into the panhandle. Not seeing a whole lot of action here. There's certainly no hope of rain from this for us. But as the front inches closer to the peninsula, and that high pressure ridge that sits out in the Atlantic that's providing us with our fair sunny skies kind of get pushed together, we will see some wind gusts. We had a wind gust last hour of 21 miles per hour. So we're going to see the winds kind of accelerate over the course of the afternoon. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, kind of eliminates the chance of showers. The tail end of this cold front attached to the low pressure area lifts northward as a warm front, so it never really has an impact on the central Florida region. Scattered showers maybe in the panhandle, but they really need the rainfall north a little bit less than we do. We'll watch our drought indexes continue to climb over the next several days as we continue to be warmer. Even though we do have higher humidity, maybe an isolated shower tomorrow. That's really about it. Dry weather continues until next week when we have a little bit better chance of rain. So the forecast looks like this. We'll go with maybe a 10% chance of an isolated shower tomorrow in inland areas mostly, just because of the heat. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll also look at maybe a chance of showers as we start to chew away at the high pressure ridge. And Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll have a front kind of stalling over central Florida. Maybe that will help to produce a 20% chance of an isolated shower as well. None of it, though, drought-busting rain, Ray.
Okay, John, talk to you again soon. Thank you. New this afternoon, talks to replace Obamacare are back in motion on Capitol Hill. Lawmakers introduced a new plan to repeal the Affordable Health Care Act. The so-called MacArthur Amendment cleared its first major hurdle by winning over the conservative Freedom Caucus. The revised measure aims to give states the chance to limit coverage for pre-existing conditions and also cut back on Medicaid. House Speaker Paul Ryan views this as cost-saving measures that can be passed along to consumers.
We want to give the states the ability to kind of customize the reforms to maximize the ability to lower premiums and protect people with pre-existing conditions. And that is exactly at the heart of what the MacArthur Amendment does.
No timing yet on a hearing or a vote on this issue. In other health news, new blood tests are showing how lung cancer can affect our genes. Researchers in England are using experimental tests that detect bits of DNA that tumors shed into the blood. They were able to track genetic changes in early stage cases over time, which means better and faster treatment. The tests also revealed reoccurrences in some patients up to a year before imaging scans could give. This gives patients a chance to try new therapy even sooner. Energy drinks are good for an extra boost, but it can have more negative effects on your heart than caffeine. Researchers from the American Heart and Stroke Association say energy drinks may change an important component of your heartbeat known as the QT interval. While the magnitude of the change is small, the QT interval is crucial to your heartbeat, and experts worry too much change might cause irregular beating of your heart. Energy drinks also can change your blood pressure as well. A Texas father has a unique way to lessen disappointment for his autistic son. After news that the Blockbuster branch was going to shut down near his house, the man built a mini Blockbuster store in his home. His autistic son had been upset the store was closing. Of course, changes to routine can be extremely disruptive for autistic people. Pictures were taken of his joyful reaction and posted on Twitter. It has been retweeted tens of thousands of times. Nice story there. This weekend, hundreds of local bicyclists will raise thousands of dollars for 3 local charities. It's the 15th annual Sharkies Ride the Beaches event. For more on this now, here is the organizer, Mark Alton. Mark, first off, thank you for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me today.
Tell us more about this race. It starts on the beach in Venice near your place at Sharkies, right?
You start out at Maxine Barrett Park right next door to Sharkies, and we provide a breakfast as part of the ride. And then you take off and you get to ride on the beach. Well, not on the beaches, but we have some nice beach views down Manasota Key and on Venice and Casey Key if you do the longer ride. And it's a great day, a lot of fun.
And we're seeing some pictures from previous rides. You've had 15 years of this. And you don't have to be an expert bicyclist. You've got a variety of courses for different bikers, right?
Oh, certainly. There's a 15-mile ride that stays on the island of Venice with a rest stop at the Yacht Club in Venice, and it goes out to the jetty, so you get to see maybe the dolphins dancing around out there.
So people that aren't experts should not be intimidated. This is good for family bikers as well?
Oh, yes. We get a lot of families out there. We expect 1,200 people.
Wow. And how much do you expect to raise?
Last year, we raised about $40,000 that we gave away to cancer charities mostly. Team Tony here in Sarasota does a lot of good work. Also, we donate to Livestrong and Friends of the Legacy Trail.
Yeah, Team Tony is certainly a very popular charity. Tony is a local bicyclist. He owns a shop here in Sarasota. He has he's a brain cancer survivor, and he's the Pied Piper of local bicyclists. So if for no other reason to take part in this weekend's event, you can support 3 very worthy causes. Again, Team Tony, Friends of the Legacy Trail, and also the Livestrong Foundation. All important charities, Mark.
Very good. Thank you.
Why did you choose those particular charities? Do you stick with those charities year in and year out, by the way?
I've been with the Livestrong Foundation for a long time, back when I lost my aunt to cancer. And at that time, you know, it just seemed like kind of a no-brainer to get involved with them as cyclists. Things have changed a little bit for them, but they're still a really good organization that supports cancer patients. My mom had a battle with cancer, and they were a lot of help to her, so they mean a lot to me.
Good, very important. And how much does it cost for those who want to take part?
It's $40 for the ride. Day of registration includes breakfast, snacks along the route, and lunch at Sharkies.
I think the best part is the fact that it actually begins on the beach with a bit of a breakfast of fresh fruit and bagels and bread and coffee, and it's really a bit of a bonding within the cycling community.
Yeah, you see a lot of people. I see people, you know, that I ride with the rest of the year, and you see other people interacting with people they see at rides, and a lot of people come back year to year. Tony will be there himself, and it just, you know, I'm a cyclist, so I see a lot of people that I only see cycling, and there I'm putting on a fun event for them, and we're raising money for a good charity.
Well, what a great way to pour your passions into a useful situation this weekend, the 15th annual. Mark, thanks for doing this, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll have more local news after this. Stay right there.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
At Bacon Furniture's spring clearance event, we've slashed prices on our most popular styles. Look for the red balloons for the biggest savings. Save 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, recliners, and so much more. All at the lowest prices of the season. Don't miss the spring clearance event going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My yard, it's overgrown, it's out of control, it's a huge problem.
I showed Randy our entire line of outdoor power equipment. We have everything he needs.
Ace is the place that lets you clear land like a modern-day pioneer. Yeah!
Don't miss these April Red Hot Buys. 6 convenient Sarasota locations and now open in Bradenton, Northport, and soon Osprey.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
The Wild Broadway series at the Players Center brings you the classic farce, Boeing, Boeing. It's the 1960s, and our swingin' bachelor is juggling 3 beautiful stewardesses from 3 competing airlines. But what happens when Boeing produces a faster plane? Comedy ensues. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit us online at theplayers.org. Opening April 26th, it's Boeing, Boeing.
The sports network ESPN is cutting nearly $100 million in on-air talent. The network is handing out pink slips to about 100 of its personalities and writers, and some names are familiar: Ed Werder, Jason Stark, Jay Crawford, Danny Cannell. 20 of the 100 layoffs are based at their headquarters in Bristol, Connecticut. ESPN has lost money due to dwindling subscribers.
The sports bubble is beginning to deflate, not necessarily burst, but slowly losing air. And that means viewership in the NFL is down a bit. The sports universe is changing because of the capacity of people to get their video online.
Many who were laid off had refused pay cuts. The sports network laid off hundreds more 2 years ago. Even though ESPN is losing money, they are still owned by Disney. On the diamond last night, Rays in Baltimore, and a painful way to lose in extra innings with bases loaded. The Rays pitcher threw 4 straight balls to walk in a run for the Orioles, who won 5-4. And so far, the Orioles have not lost a series this season. Well, here's your chance to volunteer at the World Rowing Championships later on this year at the Nathan Benderson Park. They're looking to fill 2,000 volunteer positions for the big weekend. So far, they filled about half that number. You can register online to select the shift and position you'd like to work. You can find more information at our website, mysuncoast.com. Let's go back to the kitchen now, where John joins our chef, Kevin Hegarty, from Libby's Cafe and Bar on Osprey Avenue. Hey, guys.
Hey, thank you, Ray. Yeah, I always love Libby's. Libby's such a great experience, and you're going to cook up something that already is smelling pretty good. I don't know what you got going on, but it's smelling pretty good over there in the oven.
Thank you. Thank you. We're going to start with our brine chicken. We brine our chicken for 24 hours. In a nice little mix there of salt, water, a little bit of soy, and some savory herbs.
How much salt do you put in the water for a brine?
Oh, for 3 cups, probably about a 1/4 cup. We use a little bit of
Okay.
soy sauce for flavor, so we cut back a little bit more on the salt as well. So that's strictly your call there, so we can
So
get
about
this
a quarter
chicken
cup,
in there.
quarter cup to gallon, something like that.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and pan-sear our chicken to sear in those juices that we've done a nice job of brining overnight with. Then it'll go skin side down.
And browning really does make it, brining really does make a huge difference. In
Absolutely,
the
and the
tenderness,
moisture, absolutely. Tenderness and moisture, absolutely. So as we're pan-searing this, it's going to sear in the juices of our brine. We're going to go ahead and put that in the oven. I'm going to finish the butternut puree. Go ahead and flip this over here. We're going to go and put that right in the oven.
How long does it usually take? I'll get out of your way
Oh,
here.
no worries at all. Usually 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's really not bad at all. You just want to sear in the juices very nicely. So we have our butternut puree, excuse me, our fresh butternut here. And go ahead and empty that water out. And this is butternut you just get from the produce store. You peel it and seed it. You're going to put it in a mixer. You can use a hand mixer. It's not that big of a challenge.
So you've kind of cooked this till it's, what, fork tender?
Very nice and soft, absolutely. You want it to be soft. So we'll go ahead and put that on a low speed to get that going. And here I've got some butter and heavy cream. That's going to help us mix this in and slow that down so it doesn't splash up. And once that gets incorporated, it's really going to look nice.
Any seasonings in there?
Yes, absolutely. We've got a little bit of salt and pepper. And a little maple syrup for sweetness.
Ah,
it really,
yummy.
yeah, the maple syrup really kind of adds a little bit of sweetness to the butternut puree to kind of counteract that really savory flavor that you get from the chicken. So as we finish this up here, turn that up. Okay, that looks complete. Go ahead and pull this down.
That thing sounds as loud as the first Volkswagen I had way back in the old bus. Remember that thing?
Absolutely. A friend of mine had a 74 Westphalia. So awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had a 71 Type 2.
Beautiful.
Okay. That looks
Set that
tasty.
aside. Absolutely. Go ahead and pull our chicken out of the oven.
Okay.
It's our main entree, part of the entree here.
How long did you leave it in there? What, 325, 350? What'd you do?
400 degrees.
400?
Yeah, 400 degrees for about 35, 40 minutes. You want a minimal internal temperature of 165 degrees. It's very important with poultry. And I've got some fresh broccolini that we've gone ahead and blanched. Now you want to go ahead and saute this up with some salt and pepper, a little bit of butter to give it some flavor.
Well, that looks like a very healthy meal right
Not too
there.
bad.
Yeah, not too bad
We've
at all.
paired it nicely with a 2014 Riesling from Oregon.
Nice.
Violet's,
A little
it's delicious.
sweetness. Well, not all Rieslings are sweet, though, right? Some
No,
of them
not
are
at
very
all. This
dry.
is actually a semi-sweet, so it's
Okay.
going to go perfect again with the savoriness of the chicken.
And the sweetness of the squash. So
Absolutely.
Just tie it all right in.
And unfortunately, although this is not on our Mother's Day brunch buffet, we have over 50 items that will be on May 14th. So make your reservations early because we are filling up.
Oh, it'll sell out. No doubt about
Absolutely.
it. The recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link page, and it will be there. Kevin, you come back and visit us anytime.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
That was a lot of fun.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC7?
I like ABC7 because it's local.
It gives me all the local news, local weather.
It's so local and so community driven.
Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful.
Stephanie's my favorite. I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all.
We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
The system is wrong. Placing somebody's whole year passing on one test. Why do you have the 180 days of school then?
The Florida Standards Assessment is underway on the Suncoast, but is it time to change the way we test students? We'll hear from teachers and school board officials. I'm Alan Cohn. Find out how legislation in Tallahassee could affect your child.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, a man accused of killing a Delaware state trooper has been killed himself now. Reporter Ariel Reshef has more on a tense, hours-long standoff.
A dramatic ending to a deadly 24 hours in Delaware.
So there were like shots going off in the neighborhood. There was like a SWAT team in the trees and everything.
The man accused of killing a Delaware state trooper, then prompting an hours-long standoff, gunned down by officers. Authorities say the man walked out of this home on Thursday morning and engaged police, prompting them to open fire. Residents of the Brick Mill Farms community returning to their homes Thursday morning after a harrowing ordeal.
Perimeter, please.
Melee stemming from a shooting on Wednesday at a convenience store that claimed the life of 32-year-old Corporal Stephen Ballard.
He ran for probably 7 or 8 feet, and then he turned around and started shooting. Just instantly, just started shooting.
One suspect immediately taken into custody. Schools in the area put on lockdown as authorities hunted for a second armed suspect who fled on foot. That man eventually barricading himself inside this home. As a standoff unfolded, Corporal Ballard's fellow officers paid solemn tribute as a police convoy escorted the slain trooper's body from the hospital.
This is a sad day for our state and for the Delaware State Police family.
Ballard was an 8-year veteran of the force. Police still trying to figure out a motive for the attack that killed him. Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
Here at home now, new details about a former police officer who fatally shot a woman during a Punta Gorda Citizens Training Academy last August. Officer Lee Cole appeared in court yesterday for a hearing. Recent surveillance video release shows the final moments before the deadly shooting. In it, you'll see Knowlton, who is taking part in a role-play scenario. Because of the graphic nature, we aren't going to show you the moment when she was actually shot. Lieutenant Terry Cochran worked alongside the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate the shooting. He testified that Cole did not intentionally shoot Knowlton, but he should be held accountable for her death. And there's another detail that makes this case even more complicated.
The conclusion was that Officer Cole's and others' inability to differentiate blank rounds from live ammunition resulted in her death.
Cole is appealing his termination. A decision is expected by the end of May. A public forum is set for tonight to enhance relations between law enforcement and the Latino community in Manatee County. Officers are hoping to learn what issues affect the Latino community and speak on their role in immigration matters as well. They'll also discuss career opportunities. Representatives from the Manatee Sheriff's Office, Bradenton Police Department, Palmetto Police Department, and the Florida Highway Patrol will also be present. The forum takes place at the DeSoto Square Mall in the former Boaters World next to the food court. It starts tonight at 6:30 p.m. Sarasota's newest lawmakers in Tallahassee have teamed up to get a bill through the House on the issue of shark finning. Representatives Alex Miller and Joe Gruters want to crack down on fishermen who harvest shark fins. Penalties could result in fines of nearly $10,000 and the potential loss of a commercial fishing license. The bill was a priority for animal rights groups. Shark fins are considered a delicacy in parts of Asia. The bill has already passed the Senate and is awaiting the governor's approval in Tallahassee. Oh, after an overcast morning, some sunshine slips into the afternoon here.
Yes, a lot of sunshine.
Yeah.
Kind of wall-to-wall sunshine later on this afternoon.
Okay.
So it's going to be a pretty nice day out there, and I'm sure a lot of people will be heading to the beaches.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool out there as far as the weather goes. There's not going to be a whole lot of action going on, but it's certainly going to see. So we're certainly going to see some warm temperatures later on in the afternoon. You can see some cloud covers mostly back to the north and to the west of us. Those are all associated with a cold front that's sinking this way. But as Ray was talking about, we had a little bit of fog and mist and low-hanging cloud to start off the morning. It developed pretty quickly and faded out pretty quickly as well. But it was thick in places. Good news is Mote Marine Laboratories again showing no red tide in the air, no red tide toxins. We'll have a wind that'll basically develop onshore this afternoon, and that'll stay with us through the afternoon. Daytime highs will be warm in the mid-80s. No rain in the forecast, but the humidity definitely will be rising. We'll talk all about the forecast coming up in a few.
Talk to you soon, John. Thank you. The Washington Report, President Trump is pushing his new tax reform plan. It proposes major cuts to create jobs and tax relief to help middle-class families. This includes getting rid of estate taxes and doubling the standard deduction. For married couples, that means the first $24,000 earned would be income tax-free. The president calls it a great way to get people back to work. But some Democrats claim working families will be hit hard while the wealthy will benefit.
Oh, the growth in the economy will cover it, but the fact is it never has.
It's a plan to help the wealthiest in this country, the wealthiest corporations in the world, at the expense of our nation's deficit.
By the way, this weekend marks the president's 100th day in office, and a new poll shows just 44% approve of the job he's done so far, which puts him last among newly elected presidents at this point since polling began back in the 1950s. In consumer news, Comcast might be known best for its cable services, but it's also making good money elsewhere. One of its fastest growing businesses is theme parks. Since taking over NBC Universal 6 years ago, Comcast Parks have been one of its biggest revenue drivers. Since opening the Harry Potter World at Universal Studios in Orlando, Comcast has been spending billions of dollars refurbishing and expanding its attractions empire. It's also seen more profit in the film and broadcast TV units as well. It's all the coffee you can handle. Starbucks plans to open what's believed to be its largest location yet. The Starbucks Reserve Roastery will be 4 stories high and have 43,000 square feet of space. Unlike regular Starbucks, the roastery will feature roasting, brewing, and packaging rare small batch Starbucks. They'll also have fresh baking on site as well. The roastery will open on Chicago's Magnificent Mile in 2019. The Windy City, by the way, has close ties to Starbucks since it opened its first non-Seattle location there nearly 30 years ago. Good trivia. And speaking of Starbucks, a Sacramento shelter dog gets the chance to taste sweet life. The animal shelter treated baby Ruth to the limited edition Unicorn Frappuccino, and she even dressed up for the occasion. You got to see this. The pup-friendly version of the popular drink has gone viral online, with viewers sharing how much they love her costume as well as the shelter's initiative as well. Shelter owners hope exposure from social media will lead to a new home for baby Ruth. Love that video. Up next, an outdoor concert to mark the 60th anniversary of a local college. And you've seen his face on Broadway, but did you know Ben Vereen lives on the Suncoast? We'll find out why after this.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Looking at some pretty nice conditions out there currently. A lot of blue sky. The haze and the fog quickly lifted, and that's allowed the sunshine to boost our temperatures pretty rapidly. In fact, we're at 84 degrees right now with a lot of sunshine out there. Dew point, boom, we're at the 70-degree mark. We've hit it. And that 70-degree mark, an indication that we are headed toward probably mid-70s by the time we hit Friday, certainly Saturday. And that is going to feel summer-like. Combined with the heat, combined with the humidity, we'll be talking about feels-like temperatures that are, especially near the coastal regions, pretty close to maybe 100 to 102 or 3 degrees. The feels-like temperature. So really humid conditions coming our way. South-southwest wind now at about 9. That westerly component of the wind helping to fuel the moisture as well, bringing our dew points from the 60s into the 70s. We are going to keep with a southerly wind flow, by the way, for the next several days. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall around. You know, normally with this kind of heat and humidity, you'd think we might build a little bit of a shower or two in inland areas anyway. But this high pressure ridge building in from the Atlantic is really going to prohibit that today. We're not going to see a whole lot in the way of rainfall. We will see some fairly strong winds, though, because we have these showers that you see to the north up in the Panhandle. And they are in the dissipating stage. They are not going to bring us any rain. But they're associated with a cold front. And as that cold front kind of tries to work its way a little bit closer to the state of Florida, and the high pressure ridge in the Atlantic kind of noses in across the state of Florida toward the Gulf waters, the two kind of butt heads, if you will. And what it does is tighten up the pressure gradient across the state and create the stronger wind flow. And some gusty winds as well. We've got some wind speeds that gust as high as 20 miles per hour over the last hour. So it will be a windy day today, and boaters take note of that. A moderate chop is in your forecast. So this frontal boundary, the tail end of it, lifts north as a warm front. And we get this southerly flow. You can tell that by the computer animation of these showers out in Gulf waters lifting to the north. And that brings us these really warm temperatures, combined with all the sunshine that we're going to get and the fact that showers are suppressed by the sinking air of that high pressure ridge. So all of those things combining together means warmer temperatures today, higher humidity today, and the dry weather really continuing. Even though I think maybe tomorrow we might see a shower or two pop up on radar in inland areas particularly, and to the south particularly. It's not going to be a drought-busting rain. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Won't last long. Rainfall totals will not be that great, if we get any. And the rain chance, I'm only putting in about a 10% rain chance tomorrow. So we do have a chance at seeing some stronger storms today. In and around the Atlanta area, it's possible that the tail end of that front and all of that moisture lifting north and the heat could produce a few strong storms with gusty winds, as well as some pretty heavy rainfall. If you are traveling to the Atlanta airport, there could be airport delays because of that. Really all the way up into the Carolinas, there is the potential for some stronger storms, but not for us. northern Florida, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, but the chance is pretty small. We stay dry today. Now, maybe tomorrow we might get an isolated shower, but look at the water vapor imagery here, which shows you the swirls and motions in the atmosphere, where the dry air is and where the moist air is. Dry air indicated by the tan contours, and it is all over central Florida. That's why we're getting all that sunshine out there. Yeah, we had a little surface moisture that was allowed to cool sufficiently to bring us the fog this morning, but there's not enough moisture around to do much more than that. Satellite view shows a lot of sunshine across the state, and the future rainfall model shows only a slight chance at a shower maybe tomorrow, and I think it's overdone, actually. I don't think we'll even see that much, and Saturday should be a fairly dry day. So the forecast calls for warm temperatures straight through the weekend and the better chances of rain next week, and even then, the rain chance, not all that great. The drought continues, Ray.
John, you always make the weather sound interesting. Thank you very much. Tonight, the State College of Florida will mark their 60th anniversary with the best of jazz from its music students. The school will be having its annual Spring Fling concert. This year's theme is Down Through the Decades. It celebrates the many popular styles for music from the 50s to the present. This includes big band, jazz, and ensembles with chamber and concert choirs. Starts at 7 p.m. tonight at the SCF Outdoor Pavilion in Bradenton. Tickets are $8 for adults and $4 for students and employees. Among the big names who live in this area, Jerry Springer, Dick Vitale, Stephen King, but don't forget Ben Vereen. Linda Carson explains how he wound up here.
Superstar Ben Vereen is a familiar sight here on the Suncoast. He taught classes at the Venice Theater and produced his own version of Hair, a musical he starred in on Broadway. He even appeared with his cast of Hair on Suncoast View and allowed us to sing along with him. His talent was spotted early on.
My junior high school teacher put me in a production called The King and I. I'd never seen a Broadway show.
His principal made sure he went to the Manhattan High School for Performing Arts, and there he was spotted by talent scouts.
They look for, African-American kids to put into the white studios. So they say, we got one, we got one. And I was good enough to be, I was chosen.
He believes it was divine destiny.
Why did I go into a studio with a bunch of white kids going, what are they doing? And why did something inside of me spark? And I went back home and tried to imitate what I saw them do in the studio and make up my own little dances.
His role in the Broadway show Pippin launched his career, but the best was yet to come.
Coming was Hair, was Jesus Christ Superstar. When I was on the front page of Time magazine, wow! New York Times, there I was.
But it wasn't the accolades that drove him.
It was the passion and the love and the joy of my audiences being there and me being able to do what I do for them. It's a turn on.
He'll always be remembered for his role as Chicken George in ABC's history-making miniseries, Roots. He says Roots was very personal. It was his story.
I'm talking about my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmama. That's why I get upset when I see, rappers talking about putting down black women and that sort of thing. Because do you know if it wasn't for that black woman back then, you wouldn't be here where you are today?
Recently, he starred with Richard Gere in the movie Time Out of Mind about two homeless men. And this week, he's speaking at the Family Promise fundraiser in Sarasota with a message about the homeless families on the Suncoast.
Give them a home, give them a start, and you'll never know. That child, that family may be the next person to grow up to change the world to a better place.
And his advice to us all:
live today, enjoy today, just don't hurt anybody, but enjoy today. Love one another. Love one another.
Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Indeed, good advice. He's been asked to take his version of Roots to North Carolina. After that, he'd like to take it to Broadway, but stage it, he says, in a tent. Coming up, details on where you can see the final performance of the late actress Carrie Fisher tomorrow. And who did George Clooney idolize growing up? An answer coming up.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
It's been about a month, and I can honestly say I've seen the change in me. I went from being a depressed girl who didn't want help to this happy, caring girl who loves helping other people. I just really hope that people that went through what I went through get the help that they need, because their story is important and they are loved. Thank you so much for everything.
ABC 7, My Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch My Suncoast News wherever you are, on our live stream, on our newly redesigned MySuncoast.com, and a brand new ABC 7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, and dining with recipes and all the hottest Suncoast restaurants. Visit MySuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab to download the ABC 7 My Suncoast app for iOS and Android.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
At Bacon Furniture's spring clearance event, we've slashed prices on our most popular styles. Look for the red balloons for the biggest savings. Save 30, 50, even 70% off throughout the showroom. Bedrooms, dining rooms, sofas, chairs, recliners, and so much more. All at the lowest prices of the season. Don't miss the spring clearance event going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by one on any or all numbers and still win.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Julia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
One of Carrie Fisher's final on-screen roles premieres tomorrow. She played Rob Delaney's mom on the Amazon series Catastrophe. Delaney and his co-writer, star Sharon, speaks about their final days with the late actress.
A lot more people who got to spend time with her and see what a great lady she was. And
we got to hang out on a farm with her.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people can say that.
The season finale of Catastrophe is dedicated to Fisher. Celebrity chef Wolfgang Puck got his very own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He is one of the first chefs on the Food Network, but he was well known before the cable channel launched. Puck is the second chef to earn a star. Bobby Flay was Flay. I thought that was Flay. Bobby Flay was the first in 2015. The Happiest Place on Earth got even more magical yesterday with Johnny Depp. He dressed up as his character Jack Sparrow and surprised riders on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. He repeated lines from the movie while also interacting with parkgoers as he held onto his sword. Those who were lucky enough to be on the ride say it was a surreal moment and the best Disney experience they ever had. Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales opens on May 26th. Nice surprise there. Overseas, NASA met Hollywood on the red carpet. Actor George Clooney was joined by astronaut Buzz Aldrin to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the Omega Speedmaster in London. Clooney tells Aldrin he grew up dreaming of owning a watch like the Omega, and he always wanted to be an astronaut, but he lacked the courage to do so. Clooney calls Buzz his childhood idol. Well, this is Take Your Kids to Work Day, and one of our reporters, Dwayne Lindo, has a nephew named Tristan, who we're lucky enough to have with us today in the studio. Thanks for being here.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Good
What a
answer.
nice answer. Yes.
So where do you go to school?
Punta Middle?
Yeah? Favorite subjects, any at all?
No.
Least favorite subjects?
Math.
Yeah. We asked earlier if you had a girlfriend, and you said
nope.
No.
No, play the field.
Yeah, I was surprised though, because your young man is poised and handsome as yourself. I figured there'd be a lot of young ladies that would like to meet your acquaintance.
Probably is. Well, you know, when I was your age.
No comment.
No. When I was your age, I was also brought to a TV station. You're 11 years old?
Yes.
And I loved it so much, I pursued it. My whole life, I wanted to be on TV. So you might just catch the bug today being here. Maybe you want to be a meteorologist someday.
I don't know, maybe.
Or we're going to put you in front of the weather wall a little bit later and give you a shot at that.
Okay.
See if you like it or not. But your favorite thing to do is video games, is that right?
Yes.
Well, it's kind of like a video game up there. So you should fit right in.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do it in a second. We'll give it a try.
I think he's had enough
It's good
of
to
this
have you here.
conversation.
Good to have you here, yeah.
All right. That does it for today. Stay cool, hot out there, right, John?
Very hot, very warm. Hydrate for the next couple of days.
We will see you tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. Scott is here today at 5.
Just go do it. Go do it.
If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.